Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and it's a body cam uh, reaction. I screened this one, and there's nothing too terrible in it. Um, but as you can tell from the title of this, um, yeah, it's pretty disturbing. And you can see why I might have wanted to watch this. 25 missing kids discovered behind a secret door. So, why don't we uh, jump right in, shall we? Yeah, if you didn't hear it, now you can hear there's some music playing in the background of this. Now you can hear the music playing in the background.
There's got to be a way to get down.
On the afternoon of November 13th, 2019, Officer Landon of El Paso County, Colorado, conducts a welfare check at a
I'm gonna
daycare
sip my
center
tea, 'cause
after
there's
receiving
some
a tip
type of
about its
hot tea
owner,
going on
Carla
here.
Marie Faith. She'd allegedly been taking in more children than allowed by her license and was hiding them. The licensing officer tries to contact.
Now, I did do some childcare work before I became a teacher. And I'm not a teacher anymore either. I substitute teach, which I guess is kind of the same thing, sort of. And it is true that depending on what kind of daycare you're running, and this is a home daycare, that you can only have so many kids of a certain age per person. And especially like with newborns, you can only like have, and of course it's state by state also. But like you can only have 6 of them per person. Um, and and that's so nothing bad happens to them. Because you're taking care of too many kids. And oh, you don't want to hang out with me? Sorry, that's one of my babies. He was trying to get my attention. And so now there are, I'm pretty sure 4 workers, if I remember correctly from watching this video. But even then, 25 with 4 of them working, and even not all at the same time, 4 of them working is a bit much. So yeah, let's continue on with the video.
At Carla, but is told that no children are present that day. However, parents had requested a welfare check on a child that has been dropped off at the center that morning.
So she's
As
saying that
Officer
there's
Landon
no
and the
children
licensing
there,
officer approach the property,
but
they remain
a
unprepared
parent
for
has
the
said,
shocking discovery that awaits them
wait a minute, but I
inside.
dropped my kid off. That is weird.
I'm calling my sergeant. This is weird. I have a really bad feeling about what's going on here.
The first officer on scene at the Play Mountain Place Daycare Center meets with 2 licensing officials. The daycare's owner, Carla Marie Faith, has told licensing officials that she has no children on the property that day.
All right.
Little does she know, the supervisor has been in contact with a mother who confirmed that she dropped her toddler off at the residence earlier that morning.
Excuse me.
The officer is now tasked with puzzling out the truth, but she cannot know just how many secrets Carla may be hiding. The following footage has never been seen before.
There's nothing visible in the front. They would be in this room.
So this is very odd that
So I'm wondering,
the daycare operator would be
come to try to
gone
pick up her child.
for one,
She said she was willing
and
to come
then
here.
the daycare operator saying, "I don't have any kids. I don't know
Hello,
what you're talking
CSPD.
about." And then
Carla wasn't
parent is
actually
saying,
here
but I
because
dropped
she
one of my
pulled
kids
up in the
off. It's
silver
very
Chrysler
strange.
building.
So do you believe that these kids are by themselves in this house?
Potentially. We did not see anyone else here. Carla, I just saw her leave out the back. That parent thinks their child is here. So
And this child was born in 2017, so it's just a little one.
not anybody that could even come to the door.
So we have a 2-year-old.
At the time of the video, Carla's license states that no more than 2 children under the age of 2 may be in her care, with a maximum capacity of 6 children in total for this location.
Okay. So that
Well, do we
tells us
know
a
that
lot.
someone's in here?
You can only have 6 kids
Or
total,
just,
and no more than 2 under 2.
all I can hear is the movie. I hear a kid.
Unless that kid's voice is coming from the movie,
She
which
also owns
is
another home.
possible.
So she was doing unlicensed care out of research, and we did not see any evidence that she lives there. We're citing her for that. We're going through that process. This is much more serious. So we had another parent file a complaint for the other unlicensed location, but they can file those anonymously.
Despite the allegations, the officer is not authorized to enter the residence without probable cause. Mere suspicions are not enough at the moment.
So how are parents supposed to get their kids?
Well, so that's the thing. Either she took the kids somewhere else. Either there is not actually children here, and that's why she was very nervous and kept telling us she had an appointment. We need to leave.
Very strange.
There's a camera right there, so they see him here.
If there's somebody actually there.
The supervisor gets a cell phone number for Carla, but again, no one answers. They'll have to try something more creative.
Call her and say, I'm ready to come get my child. Where is he? Yeah, she's ready to do that. Okay. If you want to do that now and then just give
Now
me a call back,
that's very
let me
creative.
know what she says.
I don't know about creative,
her-
but
ask
yeah,
her where he's
definitely
at.
something I would have
Okay.
done.
All right,
Like
thanks.
get the
Okay, bye.
parent who
So
dropped their
that was
She
her
kid
should
off
job.
and be
probably
like,
be ready to
hey,
never bring her kid here
She
again.
said, she's like,
I'm
oh,
ready to
never.
come
That's
get my
okay.
kid.
Okay.
She
Because this
said,
is obviously going to make things not okay for future.
there was a lot of very strange things that happened that led up to this. So the parent went up to the gate to try to get her child. Carla called the parent on the phone, and the parent said, I need to go. Left and didn't come back. So they had intended to come get their child here, but Carla called them and said basically to leave. Well, so interestingly, I'm really glad I just went back down there. I saw her standing out in the back getting picked up by that Mustang because she doesn't want to get in this Jeep because she told me she doesn't drive a Jeep. She lied. So she's providing false and misleading information to us, which is enough for grounds for adverse licensing action, but that's not the concern at this point. Where are the children?
Yeah, if I drop my kid off somewhere, I expect them to continue to be at that place, not
Yeah,
carted back and
yeah.
forth.
I
A
would
moment
definitely
later, a black
definitely be-
Camaro is seen driving past the house. Despite the officer later identifying the car as a Mustang, it is actually a Camaro.
What's the plate? Can you read that far?
No,
I'm going to start walking around in case.
now I'm wondering.
Oh.
So he put up the gap.
The official has seen Carla re-enter the property, and the
By
officer
climbing
immediately
up
walks
the
toward the back alley to try to
gate?
intercept her.
Lincoln Ocean 1.
Interesting.
Hi, sir. Would you mind chatting with me for a second? Sure. Just step out and talk to me.
The man is Mark Spillane, who identifies himself as Carla's employee.
Did you come and pick her up just now?
Yeah.
But
I
what
just
does he
dropped her
do?
Okay.
Does he just
Where are the kids?
drive her around?
off. I don't think she has any right now.
She's supposed to have at least one, and I
Really?
need to check on that kid.
I didn't know. Sorry.
Okay.
I just grabbed her real quick, went to the bank, came back.
When asked where he believes the children are, Mark gives the same address that the officer and the licensing official are already at.
At this point, you're not in any sort of trouble. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
So, again, I appreciate you stopping to chat with me. Is she known to do some hinky things?
Not really.
Well, where the hell are these kids is my problem.
Okay.
It seems to be that there's been several reports and people are concerned that they drop their kids off and they're not where they're supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
And if I was a parent, I'd be pretty upset about that too.
I'd say
He
so.
doesn't
That would
seem
upset me.
upset.
And
he
so,
doesn't
I
seem
mean,
worried.
Obviously,
what
they're concerned about
is
things like
going
this where
on?
you have nothing to do with this. You're coming to pick her up. 'cause she
Yes, I've
asked you
seen
to.
this, but he
Drop
just
her
doesn't
off.
seem
Yeah.
worried
That was
enough for
But
me.
if she's leaving kiddos by themselves, that's a problem.
Yes, that is a very big problem.
continue to investigate this. I would ask that you don't call her right now until we could talk to her in person, but
After speaking with Mark, the officer moves to the rear entrance of the property.
if I can have an extra set of hands over here, that would be great. You could call me before you get here. I have another officer coming that's gonna come back here with you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go see what I can get done in the front side, but this is getting weirder and weirder.
It's bizarre.
Do you think she's more likely to cop back here or go
I
to the
think
front with your
something
partner?
is watching to see if they can either do something in the front or do something in the back.
Okay.
With the call coming in, Officer Landon takes the opportunity to chalk out an action plan with her partner.
I'm gonna go back to the front of the house. If you could go to the alley, it's on the north side. There's a lady back here in a gray shirt, black pants. She's with
Yeah,
one of
cut
the
off her,
licensing boards.
cut off her
She's keeping
access
eyes
to
on here, but-
escape.
And there's one in the front too, but I hate leaving any of these ladies by themselves with all of this stuff. My partner's 5 minutes out.
Finally, a mother
Heavy
arrives,
tea.
expecting to pick up her child.
She hasn't answered for us so far, so we'll see.
Hi, buddy.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I need to talk with you.
I think you need to talk with Carla, maybe?
Who are you?
Not Carla.
Who are you though?
I'm Chrissy.
Chrissy?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I need to
obviously
talk to
Carla didn't come
as well.
out because she
have
knows
some
what's
idea
going
on you?
on. Like, 'cause
I
obviously
do.
she can see
Carla's
out
right
of her
over there,
house,
though.
I
Sure.
imagine.
You want to come over here?
But I thought you didn't have
What was your
any
name? I'm
kids.
sorry.
So where
Chrissy.
did this
Chrissy.
kid come
Yes,
from?
ma'am. Do you work
Hmm.
for the facility or?
No, I don't work here. No.
Okay.
I'm a friend.
Okay.
Hey, how are you? I am super well.
I was knocking on the front door forever. Why didn't you answer?
I wasn't.
Ringing on the intercom, calling.
Our intercom is off. I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's go check out
Why
what
is the
part.
intercom off?
How
Shouldn't.
many kiddos do you guys have today?
Why was the audio
The officer can see
redacted?
that her questions
That's
are being dodged.
interesting.
But now she knows there was at least one child on the property. She's one step closer to unraveling this bizarre mystery.
Hello. I'm Officer Langdon Isaac with CSPD. How are you, ma'am?
Good.
You're Carla?
Mm-hmm. I am.
So I'm kind of getting in on the end of all.
I know, and I'm sorry you're involved.
It seems like there's a whole lot going on. So
Go for it.
I'm just trying to figure out exactly what's going on. And
I don't know how to help you. You can ask me questions, I can answer them. And I'm sorry.
Okay.
Do you want some water or anything?
oh no, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm good.
You take that.
So obviously we have some concerns about some kiddos' welfare.
Mhm.
But we come and knock, nobody's answering. I hear music playing from the front.
Mhm.
You're hopping back fences. I don't know what's going on. So can you kind of give
I
me
just
some sort
didn't
of?
have my gate opener, but I came back to the property.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to come in?
Excuse
Well,
me,
I'd like to
lady?
check that
You didn't
house
have
and
your
see if there's
gate
any other
opener, so
kiddos.
you hopped
Sure.
the
If
back
you're just being
fence. Yeah,
honest
that
with
makes
me, if you have other
perfect
kids, tell me you have
sense.
other kids.
Sure, no worries.
Okay.
And you want to check that?
Yeah, I would like to check both.
Carla's property has two houses, one where she runs the daycare center, and another that she seems to have rented out. As Officer Landon demands to search the second house, Carla and Chrissy try to contact the tenant for permission.
I don't know if the tenant is there or not, so we're trying to reach her, and that's what we're doing.
Okay.
So,
You understand I'm not licensing it, and I don't care anything about that. I just care if kids are okay.
I
I
get
mean,
it.
this is a
Fair
very
enough.
cute daycare
Is it?
center. I will give them that. Very nicely
Not yet. So
decorated,
we're
so far
trying
as
so
I
that
can
we can let you,
tell.
we had a feeling
This
this
looks like
night.
the playroom,
Okay.
Yeah.
maybe.
Is this all?
I mean, I
Mhm.
can't
This is
really
a cute
tell.
place.
Thank you.
How many kids
And
do
where
you
she
usually have?
came in was
It's very
the where they ate, obviously.
I don't know if she's on the way, but.
I mean, that's obviously the daycare center. So where are all the kids?
See if she's.
Because there's kids,
reachable.
obviously.
Okay. That's the person who owns this house?
Mhm. Well, I own the whole property, but they rent it.
Yeah, she's on her way.
Okay.
All right. All right. Yep. She should be here very soon.
And who is this to you?
A friend.
Okay. Is she an employee as well?
No, just my friend.
Okay, and so
Yeah.
you were gone?
Yeah, I just ducked out to go have some lunch.
Okay,
Okay, is
so
that
you're
normal?
saying you went to have lunch,
For me to duck
but
out and
your
have lunch?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, is it, I don't
other
know what,
employee said you went to the bank.
I guess for
so
them it's
which
not okay. It's not a
was
crime.
it?
Again, I'm here for entirely different reasons than they are.
No worries, no
Okay.
worries,
I'm happy by himself. That's what I
No.
was mostly worried about when
Yeah.
nobody was answering and,
no worries.
While everything might seem serene on the surface, they will soon find out that something unsettling is going on under the surface.
and once we can figure out that there's no other kiddos being in that house and then we can be done.
Will she let me just go in? Are any of the doors open or
Um,
unlocked?
I'm not sure. I think that one is actually locked, but.
They're locked. I don't know. That's open.
93 from 71. We're in the backyard now when you get here.
Make yourself at home.
You don't mind if I just check around?
No. don't
Okay.
mind a bit.
Despite suspicions,
I can
the
hear the
officer
music
checks the
playing,
entire property
even though it
but
said music
finds
playing.
nothing
Kind of
incriminating.
hard to hear, but you can hear it.
There's one here.
Is this a basement?
Why was it
Do you have a basement?
closed off like that? Trying to hide something?
It's just clothes and stuff.
Well, just up there.
Just blankets and stuff.
Do you mind if I move it? This is big.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot ton of backpacks.
Mm-hmm.
What backpacks are these?
We're taking them and getting them cleaned for the soccer team.
That doesn't sound very likely to me.
As the officer gets more confrontational, Carla begins to fumble.
So if I call these parents, where are they gonna say their kids are right now?
I don't know.
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna have you step aside. I'm just gonna get some of that information off of there. Talk to my partner here for a second. Who's hiding those backpacks? Where are these kids? Numbers on all these backpacks. Let's figure out. Kids.
The shower. In the shower, there's a baby car. There's stuff.
Where are these kids?
I don't know.
There's diaper bags, there's little backpacks. Try calling them mom. Where are these kids?
She's being extremely.
This was covered with this, and she was trying to sit on it.
She does not want to be so
Outside, the other officer collects information from Christina Swagger, or Chrissy, and Carla.
9-3 switching over.
I wouldn't be letting them be on their phones like that, personally, if it was me. Because what are they trying to do?
Hey, ma'am? Yeah, we'll walk back over here. I just wanted to hang out in this area.
Do you want me to stay here with you?
No, I'm good.
I mean, I can. Doesn't matter to me. I have nothing to do.
While Officer Parker makes sure no one wanders off, Officer Landon tries to contact some of the parents from the information on the backpacks before resuming the house search. What she doesn't know yet is that there is information being shared behind her back.
Bye.
They're not savings and they're not still in here.
Any other phone numbers?
Not in those two bags.
That's a lot of backpacks. And like most of these are like baby backpacks.
Our daughter's the let's out of here this morning. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 kids' backpacks.
She said she's having them cleaned for the soccer team.
While the situation continues to grow murkier inside, Officer Parker continues to supervise Carla and Chrissy.
After you make sure all the kids are we still staying here or what?
I don't know. I'm just here to
Like,
back
you
up.
haven't found any kids. Like, what is? I just need to know where things are going and what.
Sure, I don't know.
Right, because you
I
want
just
to know
got
if you're
here.
getting.
I haven't spoken with the other officer yet, so I wouldn't
You
be able
want
to
to know
give
if
you
you're
an
getting
accurate answer. 'Cause I have
arrested,
no idea.
right?
Ma'am,
Oh yeah, sorry.
can I have you step out here now?
Yeah, of course. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're trying to be sneaky. Yeah.
He wasn't here. I said, we're not arguing semantics here. No.
Is there a basement somewhere?
Yeah. Like, where is
Yeah.
it? It's playing down here. Maybe I think that's it. Let me see where.
There's gotta be a way to get down
Yep. Music is much clearer now. There's obviously a basement.
I'm calling my sergeant. This is weird.
With more concerning evidence discovered, Officer Parker keeps his eye on Carla.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom.
Ma'am, you can probably hold it.
Come with me? You can.
Follow me.
Thank you.
As Officer Parker guides Carla back from the bathroom, Officer Landon gives him a call to express her concerns.
Officer Parker.
So I have a really bad feeling about what's going on here. So I'm gonna call Sarge. Just keep them out there, please. Just, you can keep them in that side building.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you both parties in the back.
Okay, well, there's music coming from a weird place. And that she didn't know that any other kids were here.
Sorry, my cat's
So she's
trying to
changing her
bite
stories
something
and
he
weird stuff
shouldn't
as well.
bite.
As the officers inch
No.
closer to an unexpected revelation, Carla and Chrissy decide to talk. Whether or not anything they have to say is the truth is another matter entirely.
Why don't we just tell them that the kids are?
What do you mean, why don't we just tell them that? Why don't you just tell them where they really are?
She says all the kids at the park.
That's where they're at? Yeah.
Sure.
Why don't you just head on over there? How many are there?
Okay. Okay.
We hear music
I
playing
can do that.
downstairs. How do you get downstairs?
Yeah, they're both clear.
Domino!
There is no downstairs. There is.
Quit.
We can hear it. We can hear it through the vent.
I'm sorry.
What's
Silly cat.
downstairs? There's nothing downstairs. There's children in the basement. We don't know how to get in there.
Okay.
There's no access to a basement. There isn't a basement.
Well, see, there's difference between no access to
You
a
wanna go
basement
over
and
to
there
the
not
park? No,
being a
Wanna just stay
basement. Come
outside?
on, lady.
Upon realizing this was going far beyond what initially brought them to the scene, Officer Landon calls the sergeant.
I'm searching the house. And I can hear music coming from the basement, like children's music. I can't figure out how to get down there, but this is strange enough that it's got those little hairs rolling. I can't find an opening to a basement, but I can hear music coming from a vent into the basement. I've got Parker out back, keeping those ladies away from here, and I'm just trying to sort this out. Okay, thank you, Sergeant.
Desperate to locate the children, Officer Parker doubles down on his questions,
Excuse me.
his patience wearing thin.
So how are we getting in the basement?
There is no basement. I am so sorry, but there's just not.
Okay. Where's the music coming from?
I don't know. I don't know. Have you heard music? I haven't heard any music.
Right. You haven't heard music. Uh-huh.
I'm gonna put you in handcuffs if you stop following my instructions. Sit down and.
Over there by the end of the water. I stood up. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. The only reason I'm having you sit down is you seem very nervous. You're wandering around, not paying any attention to what I'm telling you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's not
Appreciate
good at following directions, is
Sometimes
she?
I go
She shouldn't
downstairs.
be
And she's saying get to it.
hanging out with kids.
Under the deck. And we said, how? And she won't. There's blinds on the window. Right
Under the deck, and magically that music stopped.
We're getting into stuff. You're a little troublemaker, Domino.
You said there's access under this deck?
Mhm. All around the side. That's if they left the opening.
On that side?
Mhm.
Parker, just stay in here for a second.
Okay.
Like through here and down, or how?
On the other side.
So out and around. Okay. On the other side, from the
Waste your
front.
time on that side.
Does this gate move? Carla, how do you get between the two?
Right, you don't know.
Let me
It's only
just be
your
frank.
house.
I don't care about licensing. I don't care. At all.
The kids are at the park. I've
And
told
why
them.
do I hear music coming from down?
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
And you hide in the backpacks from me like a cat on a tin roof. Weird. You know?
Yeah. I hear
All of this, it's a succession of events that is altogether not okay.
Mm-hmm.
If there's kids downstairs, we can deal with that, but you gotta tell me how to get to them. I just wanna lay eyes. So tell me how to get to the kids.
I don't know why you're hearing music, and I'm really sorry. If they want to see
This
kids,
lady
they
is
can go to the
weird.
park. The kids are over there.
And that'll be our next step. We'll
I
go
know, I
with
know.
there.
Okay.
But why am I hearing music from down there?
I don't know.
And as soon as we mention that, you text somebody and it shuts off. That's
Mhm.
weird.
Well,
No,
somebody
I'm
texted
not
them.
doing
I'm not sure if she did.
I can
Okay.
show you.
I think
Let's
Chrissy
go
might
stand
have
over
done it.
here.
Okay. Music stopped.
I know.
There's window blinds on the side and in the back.
And that window down there.
Yeah, it's got blinds on it. We don't put blinds in crawl space.
Yeah, you don't put blinds in a crawl
if there
space.
is a
That is
crawl-
very strange.
More time has elapsed as Officer Landon continues to search doggedly for a way into the basement. Just then, Officer Parker notices something that sends a chill down his spine.
Yep, I heard that baby crying. Did
Yeah,
y'all?
the kid crying.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know where. Just from when I was standing here, I heard a
Yeah,
small
I
kid.
heard it.
Maybe from maybe behind me.
I hear it.
Do you know how to? There's
You guys
Oh.
have a search warrant?
We don't have to
You
have
know,
a
at this
search
point, we're
warrant,
looking for
lady.
kids. We're concerned for the welfare
Yeah,
of kids.
there's
And until we
there's
find
kids
those kids,
here.
we're here for exigent circumstances. So if you want us out of here, tell us where that basement is. We heard a kid crying.
I just heard a kid crying like 6 seconds ago. Maybe 10 seconds ago.
Listen, this started small and it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger until you tell us where those
Steve's
kids are.
piping
How do we
hot.
get to them?
They're at the park.
Then why are we hearing kids coming from your basement?
Mm-hmm.
As Carla continues with the facade, Officer Landon returns to her frantic search of the house. But it's Officer Parker who's about to make the discovery they've been hoping for.
Hey, Isaac.
Found a thing.
I kind of wanted to see the door
Turns out
to the
this-
basement.
As they make their way into the hidden room that reeks of the smell of soiled diapers, officers are going to make an unbelievable discovery.
Are there no lights down there?
Cover 'em. Who are you?
I understand why
Who
they
are you
had
and
to
why are you hiding
blur
all these kids down here?
this.
Get up. Get up.
because of all the children and.
Hi,
This
baby.
this is awful.
It's okay, guys. It's okay. You ladies need to come here now. Both of you come here now.
So there's two of them down there.
I don't know what's going on, but this is not okay. Do you have any weapons on you?
Can I put my shoes on?
I'm gonna pat you for weapons first. You need to go upstairs, talk to my purse. Ma'am.
These poor children.
Call 571.
I know. It's okay.
We've about 20 kids down here.
In a revelation that stuns everyone, Officer Landon finds 25 very young children in the basement.
Probably all under the age of 5.
Who are you?
My name's Katie.
What is your deal with all this? Why are you hiding kids from us?
I'm not hiding them.
Kind of looks like it.
The woman Officer Landon is speaking with is Caitlin Nelson. More shocking details about her role will be revealed, but for now, Officer Landon lays it out to her that she is in trouble.
You're looking at an obstruction charge at the minimum.
I don't even know what this licensing thing is. I don't know.
Oh, so you know what
I
this
know.
is about.
Law enforcement
How
officers
did you
are in
know
the house.
that?
You heard me knocking before. You heard me on the phone. I know she text messaged you and told you to shut the kids up. So you're looking at obstruction. I know you're watching the kids now, so I'm not gonna ask you to take the kids up.
Okay. I'm not, yeah,
I need to list all these parents.
I don't know all the parents' names and stuff. I don't know.
How long have you worked?
I've just been babysitting. That's all I've been told. Babysitting.
For how long?
For maybe a couple months.
I'm gonna turn the light on.
I don't know if that.
Want them come out of here?
Ladies, are you gonna be okay with these kids for a second?
Yes,
while I
we'll
say
let them
something?
come out. How long have you guys been down here?
Not very long.
Like how long?
Not very long.
Give
I
me
find
an
that
estimate.
hard to believe.
I don't. Like an hour. Okay, maybe. Okay. I'm not sure.
Well, do.
And we were like all sleeping, so.
While Katie claims they were hidden for maybe an hour, a later affidavit for Christina Chrissy Swager states that Carla told them to take all of the children inside to the basement earlier that day. While it's
What's
unclear
earlier
how
that
long
day
the children
mean?
were
Does that
down
mean like
there,
when they first
it
got
seems
there?
to have been longer than an hour. It appears that all of the kids had been dropped off like normal, and Carla and her staff panicked once the licensing officials arrived,
Mhm.
followed by
Makes
police.
sense.
Officers now focus on reuniting the children with their families.
If you will help me get unhandcuffed, I will get all of these parents here to pick up these kids.
Okay, we can handcuff you, but if anything squirrely happens, it's not
Nothing
gonna be
squirrely.
good.
Wait,
It's
you
squirrely.
mean
I promise.
unhandcuff? Because I think you messed up on your
Can we
On
take
your-
care of our
your
babies?
sentence there.
We're gonna get the parents on the
Sure.
way. I don't know that you guys are fit to take care of babies because you hide them in the basement. When
Well,
Why is she laughing like this is funny?
Their diapers, we can get them
Yeah.
something to
there's
eat.
two ladies here that are working, and
They
that's
don't-
what should have been happening.
They don't know these two ladies.
No, so they're
Look,
understand,
they-
they're all freaked out.
These
freak
ladies,
out. Just start
I'll
calling
stay,
parents.
I'll stay right here.
Just start calling parents.
Can, wait, for the, okay, just hear me out. I get it, okay? I get how you feel about me. Just listen.
You've been lying
These
this
three
entire
ladies
time. Why
can
should we
take care
believe
of those
anything
little
that you're
guys,
saying now,
And I
lady?
can get their parents on the phone. I can sit right there and we can get them out the door to where they belong. Can we work as a team to do that?
But Officer Landon is not in the mood for negotiation
No, I wouldn't be
and knows
either.
better than to give in to Carla's act.
Mhm.
Why are we here?
Yeah, how did we get to this point? That you're hiding kids in a basement and you're not being honest with me. If the kids had supervision and it's just that you have too many kids, that's not a crime. I don't care. But when you're preventing me from doing my job and you're creating physical obstacles for me to do my job,
And I did all of
that's
that.
when I care.
Okay, I did all of that and I'm guilty of all of that.
So just go. Katie,
What?
stand up for me. Put your hands behind your back, okay? What's your middle name?
Can't put my stuff in my pockets, okay?
No,
No.
lay forward now.
Put it down right there.
Can I put my shirt down?
No.
real quick?
Oh,
It turns out Caitlin Nelson has a long rap sheet.
Oh, did you
In
not
fact,
do
there was
any
an active
digging
warrant
on
against her
your
at the time of this
employees
incident.
before you
As parents receive calls to pick up their children, Carla
hired
has some
them?
news
Lady,
to share with
man.
them.
If you're unable to come quickly, don't worry.
What do you mean,
Just
don't
come when
worry?
you can.
What do you mean, come when you
They're
can?
closing the business down.
Lady,
So if you don't have to rush though.
you
Later
don't have to
interviews
rush.
with parents highlight more horrific details about
Wait,
the
okay. So somebody explained that somebody occasionally goes through spells of having nightmares and not being comfortable in her room at night by herself in the dark. Blank stated up until this point again, they would think that this was normal child behavior that parents went through, and although this might still be the case, they definitely had doubts now about where it stemmed from. The parent stated he understood that some kids were just that way and wanted to sleep with mom and dad. However, he was concerned because outside of that, the child is a very independent, strong-willed child. The parent expressed that he was concerned about the way the child would wake up in the middle of the night. Now, I don't have any confirmation of how old this child is, but yeah, if the child had been comfortably sleeping in their bed at night, every night, and then all of a sudden starts having nightmares and not being comfortable in the dark in the room by herself, yeah, this would explain why.
their children suffering from nightmares and not being able to sleep in the dark. Carla Marie Faith was found guilty of 26 counts of child abuse without injury, a felony count of attempting to influence a public servant,
I
and
can't
another
imagine why she got
misdemeanor
that.
charge of obstructing a peace officer. She's been sentenced to 6 years in prison and is currently eligible for parole, with the hearing
you have
set
to
for
remember
August
that
2025.
This did happen in,
Caitlin Nelson pled guilty to
a
26
couple
counts
years
of child
ago.
without injury and one felony count of possession of controlled substances. Though she failed to show up for her court date,
That doesn't
something
surprise
she's
me
done
with
for
this
several
person.
charges in the past, Caitlin was sentenced to 365
Why can't you
days
just
in
say
jail,
a year?
with credit for 135
year.
days of time
That's a
served
year.
and 4
Say
years
a
of probation. The probation requires her to complete a substance evaluation and comply with the recommended treatment, monitored sobriety, complete a child evaluation with the recommended treatment, and do 200 hours of community service. Christina Chrissy Swager had lied to police earlier and was actually an employee at Carla's daycare center. She
No
was
shocker.
convicted of 26 counts of child without injury, a felony count of attempting to influence a public servant,
How did she
and a
do
misdemeanor
that?
charge of obstructing a peace officer. She was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison, with an additional 3 years of parole, which she is currently on. Valerie Fresquez, another employee at the daycare, pleaded guilty to 26 counts of child without injury and took a plea deal that required her to testify against her former colleagues. She received a 2-year deferred sentence in March 2021 that she completed in March 2023, allowing her to withdraw the guilty plea with all charges dismissed.
I think the thing that you can take away from this, especially, is if you have a child that is daycare age, you definitely need to properly vet your daycare people. Look up, reviews about them. Talk to people if you know the people that have kids in that daycare. Talk to them and see what they say about them. Because you really do need to be very careful about who you leave your kids with. But man, sometimes you really don't know. Like, you can't tell where crazy's gonna come from. And man, was that lady crazy. And on that note, if you liked this video and you would like me to continue doing body cam reactions, like this video, and if you would like to subscribe to my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. And I am sorry that I have not posted in, man, I don't know when the last time I posted was. But we'll see how it goes, and I'll try to post more, especially if this video does well. And on that note, have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye.